It's time for another installment of Younger Life. Woo!
Good morning.
Happy Monday there,
I
young
know,
Mary
it
Anthony.
is. It's a beautiful Monday, that's
It
for
is.
sure.
Oh, I'm Rick Federici. She's Mary Anthony. We are Younger Life. And I say collectively, I'm not going to say this for both of us, but I am.
Oh, say
we
it, what?
are happy to be here.
Oh, we
Woo!
are. Of course we are. It's a great day.
It is. Always a great day.
It is. And you know what? And it's nice to come in on a Monday and be able to brag that I was really physically active.
For a change.
Yes. Because some
Me
weekends
too.
I'm more
Hey.
like, oh, well, of course we're very active
So
in
are
our
we?
house. But some weekends more so than others. And this is one of those weekends.
Let's
So
be
it's
honest.
nice.
You're constantly cleaning the house. You're constantly outside with your family. You're constantly on the go with
Yeah.
sports with your children. You're constantly doing something with your husband, Jeremy. I mean, like Norma and I and the two girls.
Yeah.
We're always busy.
Always
Always,
doing
always.
something.
But, when it comes to, and we'll talk about this coming up, whether it's bike riding, whether it's picnicking, whether it's going for a walk, whether
Right.
it's all the above, dancing like a fool.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Gosh, was the weekend great in the Chicagoland,
It was.
Indiana, Michigan area?
Really, I mean, how amazing. What a great little sneak
Mm-hmm.
peek into summer, like I said. And I love it. And it was so nice. And I feel like, you just feel the spirits of everyone around you a little bit lifted, and I think we really needed it.
Even the
is so
crabby
nice.
people in your life.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
there's-
people get energized. You're like,
you
oh my
can't
gosh.
help it.
Yes.
It really is contagious. And
I agree.
and it's really nice, so
I'm with you.
it was a wonderful weekend.
I sense that you did somewhat of, I'm going to go for a bike ride.
Oh,
just based
yeah.
on you saying your buttocks hurts.
That's it. I said I have saddle.
What do you call it?
I said I have saddle butt because it.
Now, what is that? I don't know. I've heard of saddles on the sides of like a Harley, but
Oh, those are saddle bags.
Oh.
And I would never say that. Thank you, though. I'm kidding.
no, you know what
I just mean directly where I sit on my
Okay.
bike. I do not have. I do not have
She's gonna go.
a fabulous bike.
Yeah.
I don't have the real bike. I have the big department store, old school mountain bike.
The bike.
And I love my bike. I'm fine with my bike. But the seat, so if I sit on it for a while, like right where I sit, it's sore. Like I want to say like a bruise, but there's really no bruise. It's just
Right.
sore from riding. So.
Well, you know who we need to call.
I know.
Not Ghostbusters, but the bike stop.
That's right. I know. And I realize that, when we've talked to them before about tweaking your own bike, they said, you can bring it in, we'll check it out. I know what would happen if I brought my own bike in. They're going to go, this needs to be changed. This needs to be changed. Really, you need a whole new bike.
Well,
But
know
I
what?
do
That's
love-
not a bad thing. But
I know.
if you do love it.
Well, I don't have any particular attachment to it. I've just had it a long time. When my husband and I got our bikes, it's been many, many, many years ago. I went going, I really want a mountain bike just because I thought they looked cool.
I
Not
agree.
for any other
With
reason.
the cool tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said,
Straight
and I
handlebars,
like
by the way,
this.
or the round
They're
ones?
straight handlebars.
Straight? Cool.
And I liked the color. Isn't that
Okay.
ridiculous?
There's nothing. No.
That's as much
What
as
color?
it's purple and silver and white.
Okay.
So, and black. And so that was the extent of my planning in my choosing of the bike. And that was the extent of the reasons. But so I deserve the saddle butt that I have from sore booty. But whatever. It was totally worth it. It was a great weekend. We did, Friday, we did a little bit dancing ourselves. We had, my daughter just turned 13.
Happy birthday.
Fallon. Yeah.
What
And
daughter is that?
Fallon.
Fallon. What a pretty
Fallon.
name.
Thank you. Yep. So she's 13 and she wanted a dance party. So we did a dance party and had a
Get
bunch
outta
of
here.
her friends.
That'd be
And
fun.
it was a good time. It was nice and very low key, really. Just the kids loved it. And we had a ton of food and danced and danced and
Did
danced.
you turn it up,
and
Mom, or were you being an
so-
old fart and it was like kind of low?
Oh,
Because, loud music keeps you younger longer kind of attitude.
Well, you know what? I'll be totally honest. It's
Okay.
funny. I love loud music.
So do I.
But we did. We had a DJ. It's
Mm-hmm.
a family friend, and it was so loud that I kept telling my husband, I think I'm getting old because I really want to go turn that down. But I did not. We left it alone, and the kids loved it. They had a blast. I mean, the little ones too. It's funny to watch the little ones right in the mix with the big kids.
That's awesome.
The kids dance so much. They're so much freer.
Sure.
When there's actually not a lot. At a wedding reception, it's mostly adults. Mm-hmm. So they still dance, but they're just more limited. I think they're more embarrassed that everyone's watching. But boy, when it's all just kids out there, they were going crazy. It was just funny. And it was so much fun. So
Did they do the watch me whip? Watch
Please.
me
We
yang
did
yang?
we did the whip and nay nay a couple times.
yeah.
So it's fun. And it was a blast. So that was Friday. And it was such a relief to just have all that done and cleaned up and over with. That comes Saturday, I said, it was so nice out. I said, I do not care. I let everybody sleep in a little bit. And then I said, I don't care what a mess or wreck the house is. I'm not staying in. We're going to go out. And, we needed to mow and everything, but we needed to pick up sticks.
Yeah.
We have a lot of sticks that blow down and around. But typically, it doesn't build up because, you do it between mowings. Well, we have not mowed. So I said, the yard is patchy. It's a wreck. And we need to get all these sticks picked up. So I hooked the trailer up. My husband and my 6-year-old son were at T-ball. And it was like an all-day thing where it was field cleanup, group effort, field cleanup. And then they were having lunch and then practice there and then would be home. So the rest of the kids and I said, everybody gets a pair of work gloves. And my niece and nephew stayed the night too. So I said,
everybody gets a pair of gloves.
Everybody's putting on a pair of gloves. And I hooked the trailer up to the 4-wheeler and said, we're going to, do sticks bit by bit around the yard. And the kids were begging me after no time at all. They're like, it's hot. Can we go play it? Can we turn on the hose? Can we do this and that? And I said,
You're like, no.
Oh, no. When the sticks are
Later.
done and you'll do a good job.
There's the reward.
That's what I said.
You help, it's a reward.
That's it. And then I said, then I won't make you do any other or yard work, but you're going to do sticks. And I was trying to weed out the landscape stuff is just a wreck. I mean, we let it kind of go to hell over
Yeah,
it was
but
a long
but
winter.
I was just going to say the winter screws us up because we have, like around our trees, we try to pretty it up. We have so many young kids, little kids in the neighborhood. We have the bricks around the tree with the stone. Well, what the kids do is they use it and they play tag from house to house and they jump up there and they drive me nuts because then they
knock the bricks.
They knock them out of whack. And it's like, dudes, it takes you forever.
I know.
I'm not trying to be a goofball,
No, it
but
really
it's
does.
It's heavy stuff.
It really does.
So I found myself doing that a portion of my weekend as well, fixing the bricks.
Trying to fix them. And I know. So we spent we were doing the sticks and then we went in and had lunch and then, because we were out there forever. And then my sister-in-law came to pick up my niece and nephew and they said, we don't get to play in the house. Sorry, the sticks aren't done. I know that's so mean. I said, listen, they all call me Aunt Mimi. All my nieces and nephews do. So I said,
Aunt Mimi.
That's
I said, cute.
I said, hey, listen, Aunt Mimi goes, I go out of my way to make sure that we do fun things all the time. It's work day. It's not fun day. I'm sorry. We can do fun afterwards. And so everybody was a good sport about it. They did stay a little bit longer and then they left and we went out and we finished all those sticks. And I said the younger one still wanted the hose, and by then my husband and other son were home. So they were doing hose and playing outside and, in mud. I mean, they were a wreck, but who cares?
Wasn't it absolutely
It was like
gorgeous?
a summer day.
So beautiful.
It was so nice that I said to my older two who were inside, I said, I really want to go for a long bike ride. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm not talking just down the road and back, so I don't want to ask the littler ones. And they were totally on board. There's actually, my oldest daughter loves to do photography stuff just as a hobby, and she does it for 4-H. So there's a stump near us that actually is the shape. A crane.
Yes.
We get there are cranes that come near our house in the fall and in the spring, and she loves them. And there's a stump that looks like that, but it's inside of other trees. Mm-hmm. So as the leaves grow in, you can't see it. She said, "Can I bring my camera and take some pictures of the crane stump while there's no leaves?" And I was like, "That's a great idea." So we packed that up and packed up a bag of granola bars and waters, and we left and we rode for a ways, and we were tired. I mean, we were really tired by the time we were coming back. So is this far
from your place?
No. I mean, it's not, but it was a long ride. And so
was there a lot of wind in your neck of the woods?
On our way home, which is what was terrible, we were riding into the woods, into the wind, which is so much harder. This weekend. Yeah. So I said, I actually, one of the times we stopped and we're just, we saw a humongous turtle and we were just looking at different things. I said, I text my husband and said, roll the van windows down to let it air out a little. But when we get back, we're all going to go track our distance. And then there's a little store near us that out like downtown Hannah that has slushies. I said, we'll go into town and get a slushie. So
was it packed too? Was the slushy place packed?
Oh no, it's actually just a little like convenience store.
That's cool.
But we drove our bikes, we rode our bikes into there so we could track exactly. So it was exactly from the time we left back to our driveway was 11.0 miles.
Wow, that's awesome.
And you know what? I know that doesn't sound like anything to real avid bikers, but I swear for those of us that ride a couple miles at best, just for a fun bike ride with the kids, we were tired. It felt great.
Awesome.
It was nice. It was really nice.
Holy cow.
It was fun. It made for such a nice.
By the way, 11 miles, that's a lot. You should be proud of yourself.
Well, I was proud of my daughters. You know what I mean?
So they could probably kick mom's butt.
Oh, they can. They're definitely, they're all very athletic, but they, they hung in there. I mean, they were better than me. I was more tired than they were when we got back.
Isn't that wild? Because Norma and I got caught in the wind every time this weekend.
That's rotten too.
And I have to tell you, it was so crazy because it really gets in your face. So we're going on to the proper gears, but you don't move because you're pedaling fast to get into it. It's like, oh my gosh. And
it's exhausting.
We had our protein bar, we had gone through our water, and I looked at it, I'm like, this is awesome. But at the end of the day, it's like, I want to enjoy it.
Oh, I know. It's got to be fun.
Exactly.
It has to be
fun. I want to enjoy it because we were enjoying each other's company. We're just talking and bonding and laughing. And, we're not in it to
that's what
crazy.
We were doing too. We aren't worried about a crazy pace.
Right.
We were more or less just enjoying. And like I said, we stopped once we were alongside of a field. So there's a ditch that they pull water from for irrigation. And so, we always look there because there's always a male and female mallard ducks that come every spring and summer. I don't know that it's the same pair, but they come to the same spot every year. And so we always call them the Mr. and Mrs. And so we stopped to check out the Mr. and Mrs. And then we saw a big turtle. So we were off of our bikes a lot too. But it was nice, just a nice, pleasant ride together. And
Agree.
And then I was sad that the rest of the kids weren't there, but we wouldn't have been able to go as far. So it was really nice. And I said, well, we'll have to do this a little more frequently, you know what I mean? And
I want to throw this out there. Speaking of bike riding,
yes,
weather permitting, right?
Point. Weather permitting
on Friday. What about 10:30? You think?
Yes, we're trying to do our. Everybody's invited. All our listener friends and family are invited if they can. This Friday is the 22nd. We're going to, I believe, leave from
Soldiers Memorial
Park,
which is right down the block from the Best Western. It's right across the street from Pine Lake, and it's on Stone Lake, that corridor.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. There's plenty of parking, and I had a few people say, man, we're working. If you guys do something on one of the weekends, we'd love to go, which I'd love to plan too, and that's a little tough. But I think it's going to be fun. Richard Warner was driving from the lakefront, his bike to here, then the Chesterton.
Wow.
Which he just chimed in and said that they've got some water boil alert going on in the Chesterton area, in Chesterton, Indiana, which he just found out. But he just texted me a picture of some stuff, him riding a bike. But he said he was going to try to pop down there. So doesn't matter what kind of bike you got.
Yeah. Oh, because mine's nothing snazzy.
Now, how are you going to bring your bike? You're going to put it in your van?
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I'm going
to put my bike in my truck and lay it down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then that way, as soon as we end here at 10 a.m. on Friday, we'll shoot there,
right,
and then ride
Norma said,
an hour.
I wish you guys were doing it on the weekend.
I know, it's what my husband said too. He can't either. Yeah, but he works. He occasionally works weekends, so it just depends on the weekend.
Could you do 10 miles?
I was saying, how long are we going to ride 10 miles? I can do 10 miles.
10 total miles, which would be 5 and 5, like you did.
Yeah.
You did 11 the other day. And quite honestly, just a nice, relaxing, flat ride.
Well, that's it. That's why I think.
Don't sweat it, peeps. Just come out.
That's it. And I think, you know what, honestly, I will probably be towards the back of the line or the back of the group. Anybody else that wants to come, if you are tired and want to turn around, I'm totally fine. I don't care to turn around. Nobody should be by themselves. So
I agree.
I turn around with you. It's no big deal.
And by the way, for the record, I'm not this experienced rider, but I have been riding since last August, and I did use my trainer comfortably this winter, and I say that loosely, but I like going 5, 8, 10 miles. I have no problem with it.
It's beautiful.
It's just great. Once you get into it, not to be weird, you like you said, you feel like accomplished, but it was just relaxing. When Norma and I did it, and then I said, hey, we've got 30, 35 minutes. You want to go? And she's like, yeah, let's go. And then you've got all these crazy things happening. You have to get to a point in life where we just said, we're done.
That's it.
We'll be back. I'm like, honey, she's like, I got to do the house. I got to do this.
I know.
Do that. I go, that'll be there.
It never goes away. That's what I always say. I stress when the house is, like I joke that the house looks like a tornado went through, but it truly does. But oh well, it doesn't go away. I might have it all in order for a day, but truthfully, that's about the max it's going to stay.
Or a couple of hours.
Yeah, so I to the point where I think, not that big of a deal. Anyways, but it was so gorgeous, and it allowed. Yesterday, I took a little YoungerLife field trip that unfortunately you weren't able to be there with me. But
you didn't want me there. You said,
"Oh
to the
yeah,
producers,
right." Listen
you
to
said,
you.
I'm not going to do this.
No, we were doing a tree climb.
How
It's
awesome.
an arborist thing. It was really cool, and I was really proud of myself because
You did it?
I did it, and I am afraid of heights. Not to a ridiculous. It's not an irrational fear. I don't have a crazy phobia of heights, but I am nervous of heights. And
Wow.
So
you went up a tree.
I went up a tree.
But wait, did you climb it or how did you do it?
Yep, we climbed. It's a rope system, and Brendan Scott he might join us on Friday here, but we're going to actually show footage of it and
cool.
talk about it. And it was a lot of fun. And I'll tell you.
Was he a drill sergeant or was he
No,
pretty good?
he's a fabulous teacher. I mean, he really
He
is.
is.
And
He was
and
my
so
cycling dude.
I watched all the prep work and it was really cool. And he kept saying, "Are you nervous? Are you freaking out?" And I kept saying,
Yes.
I'm good. I would be nervous, but I tend to overanalyze everything, and I always have. It's how my brain works. But when I know that it's something that scares me, but I also know I'm safe. He's not going to put me in danger. I know that. I trust him. So
Why don't you get down from the top of the tree? Jump! Jump!
yeah. So I told myself, don't overanalyze. I try not to think of it. I realize I'm going to be nervous and I'm going to freak out. And a couple times I would, as we're inching up, I would think, okay, wait, I panic a second. Like mentally, I need to check my knots. I need to check these things, so it was, I did find myself a little bit nervous, but it was really cool. I'm excited to show you that. That's going to air on Friday, and I'll be able to show Rick that while we do that live. So it was a good weekend for that. A good weekend. I was very, it felt good. So I can't wait to show you all the footage from that. And next time you're going to have to do it.
Were you wearing like a tree?
I wore jeans.
Wow, you actually put jeans on.
I wore jeans
Wow.
that had the knees ripped out. It's my actually favorite pair of jeans. I wore those, and I didn't think much about how I would be, bumping into the tree. So I had a couple little war wounds, and I liked it though. I don't care. I'm proud of those little war wounds.
Your husband said, "That's my girl."
My knees were a little scratched up. My
Sure.
arms, I had on a short sleeve shirt. But it's funny. You find comfort in the silliest things. I realize the rope is your lifeline, honestly. But even though I know that's my lifesaver, the more I could touch the tree, the better I felt. The more. So
How
was
big
like,
was the tree around? You have to paint this picture. So was it
It
like?
wasn't near as big as I pictured. Like when he's talking
mother?
about a climber, I picture a huge sprawling tree.
Right.
It wasn't that big of a tree. So I kept saying, it was very tall, but it wasn't that wide of a tree. And I kept saying, "Are you sure this is okay? Are you sure this is good?" But we're calling this tree the training tree because it is.
Okay.
There's actually a spot that I ended up getting up to that there's like a handle. And this tree is literally like made for
you.
climbing. Well, I said it was made for me, but it's made for climbing in general. So you're definitely next. And I think this is something I would be very interested to share with my family too. I think not necessarily to climb as high as we did.
Why, you climbed pretty high?
We did. I'm
Look at you.
really proud of myself. I know it's nothing in terms of like the typical climber. I know they climb crazy, crazy high, but we still made it at least 45 feet.
Wow.
Which sounds like nothing, but when you're looking down at, electrical poles and
Listen, I think
it's
about
crazy.
myself. I loved as a kid, and I still to this day, but I haven't done it in years. I was a high dive kid,
my
and we used to
goodness,
do
never.
we would do the inward dives. So from the high dive, I used to go, where you push yourself backwards and you dive in. I used to love that, but even then, that is not that high up. Even though it's high, that's like where you were. 4 times that. It's got to be, because think about it. 10 feet, well, it probably was 10, 12, probably about 12 to 15 feet up for a diving board where that's incredible to me.
We
That's
were
like
high up.
3 diving boards up. That's the way I compare it.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
We were
That
high
would
up.
scare me, not to be a goofball.
It was
scare me.
scary, but it was a good scary. And so I'm excited to show that later this week. But
Did you
it was a
guys
good
get the
weekend.
bond? Like as you were there, did he come up next to you and talk
Oh
to
yeah,
you?
while he was prepared, he of course prepared everything for mine 1st, tried it out to show me, make sure that it was
Sure.
all secure, and again, he said, "I'm proving to you it's safe," and whatever. So then as I was inching up, I have to tell you, it's funny. I started doing it incorrectly in the beginning and didn't realize I was. I was literally dying. I was sweating so bad. I'm like, this, I don't think I'm strong enough to do this.
My makeup.
And I don't wear much makeup on my,
You don't
even
have
my
to.
mascara and stuff.
Right.
I was like, I'm sure it's running because I was sweating so bad. And then he says, Mary, you're pulling the wrong rope. I literally was like, I was shimmying up a rope. I was pulling the rope
gosh.
with my own weight on it. So he said, do it like this. And he had already showed me in his defense. But when I said, can I put my hands anywhere? I asked him that once. And he said, yeah, as long as they're under that knot. I didn't realize not the second rope. So I literally, it's like I was trying to do a stinking rope climb. And I do not have that much upper body strength. And I couldn't do it. But then once I figured it out, I was like, oh, it's still literally a total body workout.
Yeah.
But it's doable. Mm-hmm. It isn't something that's crazy exhausting. It's just, it feels good. And, it's a little bit of that strength training we've talked about that women, I feel like, I won't say myself, I don't really think about much like doing upper body strength training.
Sure.
So this definitely incorporated it, and I'm excited about it.
How many hours did that last? Was it a couple hour thing?
Well, it was with setup and stuff, but it was still nice. It was a nice visit.
Oh, I was going to say the whole weekend.
It was just such a beautiful day. I kept saying, "Who cares? This is a nice break." So
yeah, no, I'm with you. Was that by yourself, or did you take any of the kiddies with you?
I didn't, because I initially thought about taking everybody.
Sure.
And then I had forgotten that my oldest daughter plays at the courts, and she had 2 basketball games. And so my husband was going to help coach that day. So all the other kids went to my parents.
Nice.
And that worked out well, so they could do outside work and play
They
outside.
hang with G-Pa and G-Ma.
Just a few, a few hours. It was nice like that.
Good.
So, but along with it, it was gorgeous. But I think that not everybody, I know in our own house, we are certainly included. Even if you thought of sunblock, we didn't really think of the sun being as intense as it really was.
It was intense. We definitely, I told my Devin and my Carly went to the zoo after we did some family stuff. So she was at the zoo. Devin went to an unbelievable picture. They went hiking, all her and her friends in Starved Rock in Utica,
beautiful.
Illinois, which is
Been there.
dropped. I as well. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So she was sending us shots, and that's where I'd like to go hiking with. That'd be fun, family vacation type thing. Or
it is. We did that
for a couple days.
We did that last year or the year before that, and it was a great time, great vacation, and nice hiking.
My idea of exercise, Mary, this weekend was the total biking was awesome.
Yeah,
I would.
So you biked every day. I mean, you
every day,
a little bit. Wow,
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every day.
That's
in fact,
nice.
Saturday before I came to do my gig for my radio job, I got in a quick bike ride in the morning. Nothing major, like 15, 20 minutes, but it was still like 3 or 4 miles.
Good.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then we went back and I did another 6.5 later that day with Norma. But my average was about 6.5, 6, 7.
That's still a nice ride.
Listen,
though.
that's all I wanted to do, and it was good for me because the wind was kicking my butt.
Well,
my
when
butt.
we left, the wind on our bike ride, it was obviously to our backs, which is nice. And then on our way back, I said, "Oh, guys, this is going to be rough because we're already so tired." And
yes.
Then, that wind can be rough. So yeah, bravo, both of us. Then,
yeah,
as far as
high five. Come on. Woo!
Just enjoying the sun. Just enjoying being out there. But if you are one of those that got a little bit more toasty than you had planned, even with sunblock, it does happen. And I know in our own house, I barely had any sunblock left because I have not bought any for this season.
Is it still good the next season?
I know that they can
lose their power.
Yeah. But I used what we had.
Oh, I agree with you.
A little bit.
Better than nothing, right?
Yeah, but I only had a little bit. And, my littlest is pretty fair skinned. So he
got what was left.
He got a little bit. Yeah, that's it.
We're like,
cover him up as much as possible, But
Absolutely.
because the rest of us it just really, we tan.
I was going to say, you remind me of like my Devin, where you've got that pretty skin, but I can tell you, knowing you, that your skin would be like Devin when she gets color, but it's like all my ladies, Norma, Carly, and Devin. Oh, they look beautiful.
Get just a little more.
They get that beautiful color, and then it's me, dorky white boy.
Oh, please.
You know how Foreigners got that song called "Dirty White Boy"? I'm dorky, dorky white boy.
Oh, how funny! No way.
But
anyway, if
I use 100 block.
Do you really?
50 to 100, I have to.
Well, I that's what I use for my. I've always put that on the kids, even the ones that just totally brown. I still do that, just to prevent. But if you are one of those that got a little red, that was kind of what we wanted to discuss. It's very easy. That happens. Don't panic, obviously, but there are some. I was trying to look up some good old remedies, that to help out with sunburns. because it can be uncomfortable. Even if it's not severe, it can still be uncomfortable.
No, I'm with you.
Now, we're going to be doing a lot of skincare talks over the next couple months because we're trying to we do want to talk to a dermatologist about skin cancer awareness stuff. We were trying to wait till nicer weather, but with this little sneak peek, I feel like we definitely need to address at least the sunburns now, and then we'll inch into that. But don't forget, this week, by the way, is still Ask the Pharmacist. So any more questions, Cindy will be joining us Thursday. But I want to, it's the ones that I know we keep getting. I'm gonna send those to her actually on Wednesday so she can start preparing so we can get through as many as we can, since last time we didn't get to get to them all. But these are 10 tips that will help cool down the sunburn just in case. It says, obviously the quicker you respond to a sunburn, the better it will be. For the sooner it will heal. It says to put a cold compress on sunburned skin. That seems
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
Been there,
pretty
done
basic.
that.
Take a cool shower or bath as soon as you notice that you're, getting sunburned again. It will help relieve that skin a little bit and hopefully not be as bad. This says I've heard this many times. I've never tried it though.
What?
You can add a cup of cider vinegar to a bath to help balance the
I did not know
pH
that.
of sunburned skin. And that will help balance out the acidity and promote healing faster. I've heard it, but I have never tried it. So I'm curious if any of our listeners actually do that.
Wait, hold on.
Cider
219-861-1632. Cider or vinegar, or text us 630-975-0970. Wow.
This other says soak in an oatmeal bath. I know we do that.
Wow, I've never heard that one either.
I'm not promoting any products, just what we buy a lot of times. Aveeno sells packets of oatmeal bath.
Yes.
And even like Walmart, they have a brand. I mean, CVS has a brand. It doesn't matter. And, you sprinkle it in the bath. And it's really good. We do that a lot for dry skin because it's fantastic for that. But it says as far as the sunburn goes, it's especially helpful with the itchy skin that a sunburn will cause. So, it's a good idea to kind of get ahead of it before it starts. Once you're sunburned already.
Now, is there anything on there about, because we are religious and we put it in all of our fridges?
Yeah. Aloe, that's the next one.
I was just going to ask you.
You can use a lotion that contains aloe vera to help soothe and moisturize skin. I always buy the aloe. That actually you can buy aloe with lidocaine, which is, it's an anesthetic, a pain thing that I buy that and it's already, it's in the aloe itself.
Yes.
So I keep in the fridge so it's cold. I
We
know
do
most
too.
people do. So, it feels, especially when you have a sunburn, it's cold right when you touch it to your skin.
But then
it's very soothing.
Like
and especially with that lidocaine in there, it really makes a big difference.
It's like an added
especially
step.
if it's a real if it is a painful sunburn.
Yes.
I mean, all sunburns are a nuisance, but some are certainly to the point that they're bright red and they hurt to have clothing touch and which is unfortunate. And you hate to see that, especially with your kids. So that's why we make sure. This is another one I have done myself.
Okay.
If you do get a sunburn, take ibuprofen or Advil or Motrin or something. That those are anti-inflammatories, so that will help reduce pain as well as the inflammation that a sunburn can cause. It says you can use an over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream to reduce pain, itching, and swelling. But again, I mean, I've always found the aloe seems to work the best, especially with the lidocaine in it. It says apply cool, not cold, milk with a clean cloth to the skin.
I've never heard of that one.
I did not either until I was reading I was on numerous different websites trying to find if there were any suggestions that I've never heard of. And this one was on all of them, a milk compress, but cool milk on a cloth only. And I would be interested. It says the milk will create a protein film that helps to ease the sunburn discomfort. Again, I would be interested to know if anyone's actually tried that and if they
can I throw this out there, not to be
Please.
funny boy, because I know we're trying to be serious here, but you're going to smell at a point, you're going to smell like throw up. You're going to smell like, milk is. Well,
I would say if that was going on, that would be something you do when you come in from outside and you're not planning on leaving. Do that.
Or wanting to be your significant other. Come here, give me a hug. Ooh, you smell like
sour milk.
Like bad cheese or something. So they're saying take cold milk.
Cool, not cold.
Okay.
On a cloth. And lay that cloth on your skin, and it's supposed to
I would
create
probably
a protein
be that
film.
person trying that.
I think that's a good idea.
I would try it.
It can't hurt. And then you just take a shower. Who cares? So vitamin D is an antioxidant and can help decrease inflammation caused by sunburn. You can use vitamin E oil on the skin or take a supplement pill. That would be a good thing to ask Cindy too, if that works.
Ask the pharmacist.
This is an interesting one too. I know people that have actually done this, but it says apply freshly brewed tea after it is cooled to the skin using a cloth. The acid in black tea reportedly helps draw the heat from the sunburned skin and can aid in restoring the pH balance. Again, just like with the, that vinegar.
It would be good to get a professional on because you and I both know, especially you with younger children, they push on the media and everywhere in these stores, that spray stuff. And I don't know, I got to be honest with you, I don't know how that spray
it works.
Tanning stuff works, but I mean, you're spraying it. I mean, you go in the water, but I feel like if you're putting the lotion on, it's thicker.
You're building a barrier. And you see the white. You see the stuff smeared on you, and some of them go uncolored, and some of the sprays you can buy will be tinted as well, but it's not as easy.
Do you use that for the kids?
We do. The bigger kids prefer the spray because it's not so gross. My littlest one, who is the fairest, I try to use cream, and he's very sensitive to sunblock. So sunblocks irritate his skin, which is very difficult when you're talking a child that is very pale and needs to really watch out in the sun. So I use both. We use both. It just depends. I like, especially for him, to use the cream first, and then when we do reapply, we do spray. But again, he's very sensitive to a lot of the sprays. So
I think that's key, though, to families, grandparents. A lot of folks, even yesterday, when Devin, we were all chatting, and the friends, I said, guys, you're going out. They had their bathing suits on. They were doing different things. And it was great because they're all young ladies. But I'm like, they all put stuff on. I go, but guys, you have to reapply is the key to success. What do they say? Like every hour, every hour and a half?
Read the back of the container because they are different. But
you're absolutely right on that.
It definitely depends what you're doing. The last thing that they say that I've never tried either, as far as if you already have a sunburn, it says cucumbers have a natural antioxidant properties. And so it says chill cucumbers, mash them in a blender to create a paste.
Ooh.
And you can smear them on affected areas as well as your face.
Ooh, I like that.
I think that would smell good. There you go.
I was going to say not only smell good, but you would feel good after that because it's natural.
So this does say, obviously the best remedy is prevention for sunburn. So when we're talking about reapplying, always use sunscreen, wear some of the sun clothing, and avoid direct exposure for long periods of time if you can help it, and make sure you're reapplying. So I think that this weekend, I think that we all know these things, and sometimes we get a little lax on them, but I know at least we in our house, we were caught off guard a little bit by it being as beautiful as it actually was. We knew it was going to be nice, but it was pretty intense. I mean, the sun was intense, the heat was intense, and I could see easily how, like I said, my little guy, we used stuff on him, and he's still at the back of the neck, even though he had a hat on.
He still ended up the red.
With red, right? So, we came in and I said, we'll keep aloe on your neck. And we've been doing that.
I was cleaning outside because my wife, because of the allergic stuff reaction to the grass. So I do all the yard work, which I don't mind. It's enjoyable and it's actually relaxing.
It is.
Just chillax and just think about whatever. But it was so hot in our backyard because we don't have trees in our backyard, and it's uncovered where the sun just blazes down on you, and it was crazy for us.
It was very
for me
intense.
Personally. So I literally used 50 on the first one, and it was the leftover. Then Norma went to the store and grabbed some new stuff because I was just scared. In fact, not to be weird, but I'll do a follow up today. I'm actually going to get my freckles and different things checked because I get checked twice a year for cancer.
Oh, you do that? It's a great thing. That's what I want to have on. I really think it's important to talk to a dermatologist and kind of address some of these issues. And like I said, we're going to have numerous skincare talks. This is just one. I was surprised that he still got a little red, and even the tops of his arms were a little bit red. And I thought, well, you know what? And I could see it in my kids' faces. They were not red, but had gotten tanned.
That
you know
little
what I mean?
glow. Sure,
That's
absolutely.
It.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, you know what? This is a good thing to discuss here. Just in case you are one of those that were caught off, got a little bit red, definitely time to buy the sunscreen And I mean, you're supposed to wear sunscreen year round.
No matter what.
You are.
You are. And there's a lot of makeup for the ladies that has
There is.
different stuff in there.
SPF already in it and stuff,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my thought with that too is, folks should know, don't be like that. And I have a lot of friends like this that are in my age group that say with their children that are young and in college and stuff, we didn't wear that stuff as a kid. You're not going to get anything. Oh, you will. The more and more studies that are coming out about cancer, we're not doctors. We always say that.
Yeah.
But the more studies that are out there and the more reality where people are like, oh my gosh, we used to go think about this, and all opinions expressed here do not reflect those of management, Gerard Media LLC, Younger Life, or any of its subsidiaries. Right. But, whether it's a tanning bed, whether it's, things that people have done in their past, the oils. I know people that used to put oil.
Oh, I was one of those in high school. I remember.
Like that baby oil and just sit out there and toast. And it's like, are you crazy? Even then I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
For me personally. But I could never do that.
Yeah.
But I always there were a few times in my life where, I was out in the sun and you feel it. Like you said, I feel your sun, the pain, because the back of my neck sometimes, or I know my shoulders, I have to be very careful. Like when I was cutting the lawn, my people laugh at me. Even when I was riding my bike this weekend, a couple times, I had my long sleeve, but UV protected.
Yeah.
It was,
we buy a lot of the
shirt.
sun clothes.
Oh,
and
I have to.
There is another point I didn't point out, because this isn't necessarily about treating sunburns. They do say, I was on a skin cancer website actually, and do not pop the blisters if you are one that gets that severe. Now, I really hope that nobody out there got that severe this weekend.
I'm with
but
you.
I know we were, like I said, a little caught off guard, and wow, I was surprised at the intensity of the sun.
Sure.
So, I just thought it was good to point out these little things. These are for minor sunburns. If you are one that has blisters or you have other signs and symptoms, please call your doctor. I mean, that could be much more serious. So, as we get into the warmer weather and get to take a few peeks at it, we really need to be aware of some of those things.
If you also get what they call like rashes, like a sun rash or something, please, like you were saying, don't pop the blisters. Do not toy with that. No. That's serious business.
Call your doctor and let them
go to your doctor.
Yeah, let your doctor guide you there. These little tips are for like the typical little, you got a little pink, going on. No big deal. Nothing that's causing you a lot of pain.
And
this
watch
was nothing.
Your nose.
I know. That's where I will get sunburn if I'm going to get sunburn.
Yeah.
So
do you wear sunscreen and stuff?
I do, especially if my parents have a pool, so we're at the pool a lot in the summer, and so we make sure I do wear sunblock then, because we're out there a lot and for long periods of time. So,
do your parents like swimming?
Yeah, we all love to
swim. I love swimming. Love
just love to be in the water.
So do I.
It's fun.
It's just such a great way to just not only
talk
exercise,
about
but have family bonding.
Well, it is. Your total body workout in such a fun way.
Oh yeah.
So. Anyway, I thought it would be fun since we're kind of laid back Monday today, which is really nice. And
totally cool.
Do a little bit of the book of questions. Does it sound okay?
Yeah.
Good deal.
I'm going to add something for you right here.
Okay.
Too. Okay. You might want to put on your headsets to hear what I picked out for you. Hold on 1 second here. Here we go.
Sweet. Thank you.
Let's do this. This is for you.
Oh, listen to this. It's our own little game show. I love it.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Let's see. Now, this one's a little weird.
Do you want Alex to join us?
Yeah, have him
Alex,
in.
come on in. Just leave that shot where it's at. Get your butt in here. Alex. Here's some headsets for Alex. Sit down. Mic number 3 or 4. Pick your choice. There you go. Are you ready?
Okay, guys.
I don't know if I'm ready for these questions. Sometimes they get a little weird.
This one is a little weird. I tried to, you know what I did? Today I started with number 1 and thought we're just going to go through. And we've already done 1 and 2. So I'm going straight to number 3. And, we've always picked and, jumped around. But today I started in the beginning. If you had to be obsessed with money, sex, sports, religion, or food, which one would you choose?
Okay, wait. Pull the music down for this. No.
I know, it's hard to concentrate with that game.
No. We'll get rid of that. Okay, get rid of that. You can take your headsets off. I don't want the music because I want to concentrate.
Book of questions,
music,
gosh. And then now you need to think.
Okay, so what's
dun.
Question again. Take those bad boys off. Go for it.
If you had to be obsessed with money, sex, sports, religion, or food, which one would you choose?
If I had to be obsessed with it.
If you had to be obsessed with. Now, that doesn't say.
In other words, in a good way or a bad way?
It doesn't say. So to keep it fun and light, I'm going to say leave that to your own imagination. If you just had to be obsessed with one, I would choose food. And I'll tell you why I would choose food. Because if I was obsessed with it, I might be obsessed with cooking healthier and being more. I'm not very experimental in the kitchen. Cooking is not something that I love. I've said that before. So, I mean, I don't hate it. I just don't love it. So if I were to be obsessed with it, I might love it a lot.
Alex,
what about you, Alex?
You're the young guy.
Well, I mean, in a good, healthy way, I think the best one for me would probably be like sports, because
I knew he was
you can play sports, you can watch them. It's always,
Sure.
You can have a job in many areas
entertaining.
of sports.
You can do, you can have job, all that kind of stuff. So
Now I know what you're thinking, that Rick Federighi's going to say something like sex, which would be most males, because a lot of us, that are, we're adults here.
Yeah.
A lot of us that have been with their significant other, their partner for years. That's a great way. And you're always looking for cool new ways to spice it up. But I'm going to go a little crazy. And people that know me are going to say, I know what he's going to say, religion. Yeah. I love the religious side of life for me personally. So I'd say if I could be obsessed with religion, if there's one thing that I know that I could talk off the top of my head and or stick up for, is my personal belief and my personal religion. And I don't throw it out there to anybody. So I'm going to go with the big G today. I'm going with the big G. I'm going religion. Okay.
Well,
so that was a great question.
I know.
That's a hard one.
I thought it was funny because, you do think in a negative way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, this is just more funny.
Okay, you ready for this?
Do you ever spit, clean your teeth, or pick your nose in public?
Okay. Go ahead. Do you ever
spit, clean your teeth, or pick your nose in public?
Okay, so I'm going to go with, I can
hear Mary all the way out there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Alex, on all the three. Do you spit?
Well, it says, do you ever? I would say I have.
Me too.
Okay.
Now, I don't know about clean my teeth in public. That's just kind of hard to do.
Mary, come on in.
As far as the picking of the teeth or cleaning out your teeth, I would say, if you're eating something where you're at a restaurant or something, you get some
I
stuff
guess
in
I
your
have
tooth,
done that then,
you
probably.
get a, toothpick and clean it out. Now, what's really funny? Because I have this little nose ring, occasionally the bar will come down. So it appears that I would be picking my nose. No, my kids call it, gold booger. They joke about it, but
gold booger.
If I have to, it might appear that way if I'm adjusting my.
I will say this. I'm going to go with the young Alex answer of I've done all the above. So from
clean
spitting,
my teeth for sure.
But I'm going to tell you the teeth thing is I would not do it. When you say in public, I would go into the bathroom and do it, because I would be like freaky to like be at a restaurant. I can tell you this, and I'm going to say this
teeth freak
for
you
the
out?
record. When people take, and it drives me nuts, I don't know if you've ever seen this, when someone will take, in the old days it used to be the book of matches, and they would put it in their teeth and they're playing with it. You're like, are you flipping kidding me? You're out.
See, that's funny. That doesn't gag me out at all.
Oh, but there's a lot of people that will use pen caps. Like you'll be sitting there talking, and they'll literally be like, they're trying to pull it, but I have, there have been times where I've been with someone where you'll take a cup of water and you'll go, and swish it around because you have something stuck.
Oh, in your teeth, right. That doesn't freak me out at all. I thought that was kind of funny because I think that most.
Have you ever spit? You?
Oh, I've spit one time. I'll tell you guys a really funny story.
It's
really
a loogie
quick.
one.
No, it's not. But it really embarrassed myself, and I have learned my lesson. I can't wait. I'm going to tell this story on air, but
we have a full camera shot of you to tell it.
Oh, please. Okay, I was 16, and I had driven myself to the mall. I was all alone, and I was going in to the mall, and I had gum in my mouth, old gum, and there was not a garbage can right there, but there was an old, like one of those old stone ashtray kind of things. Sure. So, this is so stupid. I don't know why I did this, but I towards it I went and spit my gum into it, so I wouldn't have to touch by the ashtray. And there was a group of guys behind me that I didn't know, and one of them goes, "Well, we've got a classy one here, fellas." And I just stopped, and I bent over. I was laughing so hard. I turned around and said, "I am so sorry. I was so embarrassed." And
you were
they
embarrassed.
Were laughing.
That's why you were sorry.
I was humiliated that they had seen me do that, and because I literally went. Just spit it right into the ashtray. Did you make it? And I did.
Yeah.
And so it was so funny. And I do not ever spit if I had to spit for some
Yeah,
reason,
it's kinda
I would go
foul.
to the
Yeah.
I would go to the restroom because you never know who's behind you.
You're
good,
right.
No, good
That's a
lesson
good
learned.
one.
It was so embarrassing.
I
but it
see
was
people
funny.
spitting all the time in garbage cans,
Oh, my husband's a terrible spitter.
like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And do people still do the chew? Like, I know it's so
Yes,
bad for you.
I mean-
Chew is so bad.
It is.
So,
It really
bad.
is.
All right,
It's
next
terrible
question.
for you. So that's funny, but I won't do that anymore. But
Okay.
that was a good lesson learned. This to me seems like a no-brainer. Do you enjoy sleeping in physical contact with your lover? Of course.
Okay. I would say yes.
Yeah.
Alex?
Sure.
I mean, why not?
Woo!
I mean, you
Next.
know.
Come on, give me a good
Okay.
one.
If you were given a voice-activated watch that tracked your whereabouts
Okay.
and would quickly summon the police if you asked for help, would you wear that? And if so, would the added safety lead you to do something that you wouldn't necessarily do now? I like that question.
I guess from the safety standpoint, I'm going to say absolutely yes, because I travel everywhere. And I'll give you a great example. When I got a flat tire the other day in the middle of a very unique area, I was scared. And I'm like, oh, and I felt like helpless because of my situation.
Well, it's scary.
It
That's
is.
really scary.
So I would say yes, but would I do anything that was a little bit different at this age? No, but I could tell you, knowing the old Rick Federici in my younger years, and I'm still a spaz and I still love doing adventurous things, I would say hands down, yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Hands down.
I would wear it so help could arrive quickly, but it would allow me to do things. There are many times where we're places and I think I would love to go for a long walk alone or something, but
Sure.
it's scary. And the very first thing you always think of is when you hear someone it's very obviously uncommon, but someone hurt or abducted or even mugged, you think, what in the world were you doing alone all by yourself?
But it happens.
But I mean, so it would be a little more tempting to allow yourself to do that if you knew at least you could quickly summon for help, and that
Agreed.
it couldn't be removed. The watch, someone could just run out
Alex?
and snatch.
Yeah, I would wear one, but I mean, I wouldn't use it unnecessarily. Obviously, I would just
Yeah,
you know,
no, I'm
You
with
would
only
put
in
yourself-
situations that I would ever need to call 911.
Right.
It's just quicker to do what they
I like.
if it was on a watch.
That's it.
So.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's good.
Okay, here's another one. If you could give anyone a love potion that would do so to open their heart to you, but they would be hopelessly and helplessly in love with you forever, would you do it? And do you think the responsibility of that devotion would ever become a burden? That's deep.
Let's turn to the youngest in the group. I know you're
Yeah.
young. Youngest in the group.
I wouldn't do that. I would feel too guilty or
Okay.
something.
That's great. And I have to say straight out, if they don't love you, and I know this is a fun-loving question to be fun. So that being said, I think the person you're in love with or the person or people you would want to be with. So I want it to be where they want you for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not being a dork when I say
Well,
that.
I think
but
that it would be fun to go, yeah, you make them worship you, but at the same time, forever, but at the same
then
time.
after like a week or two.
They
Well,
said
it
the
would-
forever part, so we gotta get all technical.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, it could become a burden. And not only that, eventually would you not be a little bit afraid, like, oh, is that ever going to wear off? And then what happens? Then if they go, what in the world did I ever see in you? And you have to go, I gave you a love potion.
I was asking that question to myself.
Yeah, that's funny, I mean, so that is a funny question in the sense that to make anyone fall in love with you hopelessly and helplessly forever. That would be, maybe I could see that being an appeal for about a minute. And then, no, you know what? Everyone wants their other to be their
Everybody
own
wants
person
their space too. I
you
mean, it's
gotta
great
have
to have someone that you could enjoy your life with, and even those that have had multiple people that they fall in love with, or enjoy life to its fullest. Let's just say, it's just that would be like a real pain in the butt. That would be a PETA, people. Go for it.
Let's see. There are so
One
many
more
good ones.
question.
Let's see. Have you ever disliked someone for being luckier or more successful than you?
I'll answer that one right away. Absolutely not, because I feel karma is karma. So I feel you want to be happy for people on all levels. In other words, if someone gets an award or an accolade, or they've moved into a different position, or they got more money, rock on.
Yeah.
That was meant for them. And you know what? you could work towards that common goal
That's it.
yourself. How about you?
I think very similar. I think jealousy is part of human nature.
Yeah,
You're
oh,
going to be a little
absolutely.
jealous,
Yeah.
but would you dislike someone because of that? No.
But there are a lot of people that are strange like that,
yeah.
like crazy. Alex?
Not because of that, but if it's, I would say it's a few times. If it's someone that I already previously had like a bad experience with,
Sure.
Oh
or,
yeah.
you know.
Or they
then-
No,
already
I'm with
annoyed you, or they rubbed your face in it. Well, then yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but it's not just
different.
because like it's not just a normal person, and then they start whatever, become successful or something. I'm like, oh, no, it's because of something previously, not just because that has nothing to do with them.
I'm
You know what I
liking
mean?
that.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
There's plenty more if you want, if there's time.
We have about a minute. Let's
Oh.
do it. No, do it. Just do it. Come on, Mary. Do
Okay,
it. Make it a
this
hard
is-
one.
this
Make it a
is it.
zinger. Make it a zinger.
Okay, could a marriage of the highest quality in all respects but one, completely lacking sex, be satisfying? to
No.
you? I don't think so either. I think it all goes together.
You're not married, and you're in a different era, so we're gonna not exclude him. But
Right.
I would say
when you look
When
look
you-
at the
that's
idea
exactly-
of marriage,
yes.
you certainly would say you don't want it perfect in every way but that. I would imagine that would
Would-
not
would
be a
you say
completely
in
You
marriage-
guys
separate.
are throwing these tough questions at me, huh?
I
Okay.
told you.
In other words,
this
get
thing's
outta
deep.
here.
There's some like crazy
we
deep
love
ones.
you. All right, so it's Rick and Mary time. Let's answer this. We're both married. I'm gonna say. So you're saying go hit that question one more time.
Okay, can a marriage have the highest quality in all respects but one, lacking sex, be satisfying to you? The
No.
marriage.
No.
And I think so too. I mean, I think that would be, it's part of the marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I
an
would
important
say in a marriage, or the true definition of marriage, however you see fit as couples, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's got to be some physical contact, whether it's however the couple decides, because there are couples out there, we all know this,
Mm-hmm.
so you may even know some that they have children, they enjoy each other, they have a great marriage, or they just have a regular what we call a marriage, but they don't
Mm-hmm.
partake a lot in that the activity side of it. That's fine for some, but I know there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of people out there that enjoy that. It's
Yeah.
a part of it. I gotta tell you,
part of
it's great. It's par for the course.
absolutely. Here's one that's not so
40
hard to
seconds.
think.
Go.
Would you want to implant a rice grain-sized computer chip in your fingertip that enables you to throw away all your credit cards, your keys, and just use a simple hand wave to purchase items or unlock your door?
No,
That would be scary.
that'd be creepy.
I mean, it would be identity theft then would be lower.
Right. No.
But that would still be scary. We
No.
would be a little bit more robotic.
we
That would be
we,
scary.
we don't want that at all.
That would be scary.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're out of here. Younger Life Live. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.